breaking the fourth wall.
What up, everybody? You sick people up in the middle of the night with us talking about professional wrestling. It's John Escudero. I'm here with my boy Greg.
Yo.
Say what's up to the people, Greg.
What's up, people?
How y'all doing, man? It has been yet another week of pro wrestling. Here to a lot of shit going on.
Levekian pro wrestling.
Levekian pro wrestling. The Triple H era is well underway. It's a pretty good time to be a WWE fan, and that's your thing. What AEW's got?
So alternative.
No, it's a great fucking time. Like everyone's watching. You can talk about it with. You can talk about it with your friends. You can be like, "Yo, did you see WrestleMania?" And they'll be like, "Hell yeah, that was awesome." All those fucking. They'll only tell you the people they remember, but you can be like, "No, man, Roman Reigns is cool too."
And hopefully their question isn't, when is The Rock coming back?
Oh, about that. So no, just keep watching, bro. I promise. Yeah, man. If you don't know what the fuck this is Joshi Radio, a podcast about professional wrestling and the week's biggest news. We got to talk about that Marigold promotion. I didn't put it in the outline. I should have put it up there. It doesn't fit. They only give you like 100 characters. And I'm like, but we have 6 subjects. How will they know what we're talking about tonight? They don't want to read the caption.
Week?
Anyway, Marigold, I guess it feels very American to say Marigold. Like Marigold.
Marigold. I sent you the video of Julia trying to drive the pronunciation home.
Oh, is it Marigold? Okay.
Yes.
Marigold. Yeah, man.
She says not the Marigold. Marigold.
Right. You see, I knew it. I just knew off instinct saying Marigold is wrong. It feels nasty. It feels gaijin. No. I feel like an outsider.
Can't be that.
No, man. But he announced his promotion about 2 days ago. Is it 2-3 days ago? And it is about what everybody thought it was going to be. He starts off with these 6 Stardom girls that I'm trying to pull up the list of everybody he fucking stole.
Stole?
No. Oh, excuse me. I mean, negotiated with. He absolutely did, though. To be honest, to be fair to him, the Act Wrestle girls, that are fucking AWG girls. They were working.
No, you put Act Wrestle Z.
It is Act Wrestle girls. They were working without contract. That's on that company. That's not on Rossi. He just took advantage of a situation. You know what I mean? But he initially announced Julia, Utami Hayashishita, Mirai, Mai Sakurai, Yuzuki, and Nanai Takahashi, and now Ishikawa. Who he got
should
started.
Lock down your champion.
So that's a big problem, right? That's why it's like it's fuck. I know all the AWG fans are really mad on Twitter, like fuck. He stole them. He stole all the girls, but in reality, none of them were locked down. Like, how do you have a main champion who isn't under contract? But you know, whatever their situation is, it is what it is. They even took one of the AWG fucking senior staff members. But apparently this person used to work with Rossi, so it's not like that big a surprise. But it's the senior staff member Fuka and main champion Natsumi Sumikawa, Miku Aono, Misa Matsui, Kouki Chiaki. If I mispronounce these names, it's because I'm fucking scum. I'm sorry. and Chika Goto. And the first fucking show is going to be on May 20th in the Kodokan Hall. It's going to air on Wrestle Universe with English and Japanese commentary. I'll be watching for sure.
Yes, I am here for this Joshi war.
That's what's going on. He's changing. He basically changed the fucking world of Joshi wrestling, and like in a snap, he changed the landscape.
Yeah.
beyond that, he's also hinting at a partnership with WWE. He basically
dangerous ground you tread on, Rossio.
yeah.
Dangerous ground.
Well, for that, but it's not just because of WWE's past, because you can argue like, well, they're a different company now, right?
Sure.
But because of his past, like if you're not aware, he started Stardom, and as it grew, he decided he needed help, so he sold it. He sold it to Bushiroad because they can help him grow it. With the agreement was that they would leave him in charge, right?
Yeah.
Dreams. I don't know. I personally
never trust the parent company. It says like, no, you'll definitely get to run it.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna pay you fucking millions and millions of dollars and you're gonna run it. Don't worry about it.
Without interference.
It's all good, bro. Hey, of course they interfere and he decides I'm leaving. And he starts his own company and he steals 6 girls. He does.
It's like all those movies where the fucking baseball manager is just like, you told me I get to run this team my way. Like, yeah, well.
That you don't pay. Sorry. We put a lot of money in on this shit. So, like, he already has a history of fucking working with a corporate company that ends up backfiring on him. He's crazy for jumping into another corporate company's arms. Like, that's save me, daddy. Like, that's crazy. But they didn't pay for this. They didn't put any money down on this. This is all him. It's not even Cyberfight. It's gonna be on Wrestle Universe, the streamer, but it's nothing to do. Like, Cyberfight isn't paying for this.
Yeah,
it's all Rossi Ogawa. For supposedly
big moves.
Big moves, I'm excited. It's very exciting, but the idea that he might have a WWE partnership is scary. He basically said specifically, maybe it will become a WWE ranch. What the fuck? Anyway,
that's a scary thing to just put out there on your first show.
He's like, okay. He says, WWE has been very good to me. I think they're buying into what I've been doing to raise EO, Kyrie, and Julia. So he hopes to be able to bring in EO and Kyrie for a big summer show this year. And I believe he wants to maintain that kind of relationship where he can go back and forth with them and Julia, because the idea was that, or the idea that the fans had, or industry observers, was that Julia would help him start up Marty Gold and then go to NXT. But the reports now is that she is going to go to NXT once her visa stuff is cleared up, but she will be working with Marty Gold for a little longer than people expected. That's already, that's an interesting full to this.
I love the idea that, like, she's going to wrestle for WWE, but she's also like booking the show on her free time.
You think she's helping like that?
No, but it was just the idea I made up.
It could be though. Like, I don't know how
it's not impossible.
Right? I don't know how the creative structure works there, and maybe somebody with better knowledge of the Joshi
maybe she just passes notes
can comment, but I imagine she's got enough strokes. She seems to be close with him.
Yeah.
He was he was at WrestleMania for fuck's sake. So it's not hard to believe that WWE might be willing to get into this kind of relationship with him if he's willing to develop girls for them over there. Interestingly, though, he kind of announced, because remember when he started Stardom, he had girls as young as 11, 13. And when Bushiroad took over, they were like, okay, no more of that. We're 18 and up, except for the girls that you already have. Like, we'll just keep, but cut that shit out.
Like, okay, look, you have like 2 16-year-olds. We could just still do it.
Just
get them on the student show, maybe,
and cut that shit out. But he's gone back. Like, Mighty Gold is gonna have I guess 13-year-olds and up. So I'm not. I thought a bunch of people online thought it was funny because they said we're looking for 13-year-old to 30-year-old unmarried women, and they were like, "What the fuck?"
See, yeah, if you don't know the context, that looks real awkward. Oh man, have you like I didn't realize how young Azumi was when she had started. So like when they did some of the history stuff, I was like, oh my god,
11, right?
this is a child.
She was a child. She's got 10 years experience.
And like, ma'am, you shouldn't be taking bumps. What are you doing?
You see, I think it's interesting when they fucking say shit like this on commentary, like, she's been working for 10 years, she's 21 years old, but consider that an 11-year-old's back isn't fully developed.
Not at all.
And they spent all their development bumping
Smashing
onto it.
into the floor.
It's like, fuck. Like, fuck. Like, that's, I don't even want to think about the effects that's gonna have. That's really scary shit.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be recruiting from 13 to 30, so good luck.
Can you imagine what the literal growing pains feel like after like a few days of training?
Is he bringing back the photo books? Rossi, what the fuck?
Well, the photo books never went away.
No, but like, okay, you're right. You're absolutely right. It wasn't just the photo books, I guess. It was like video stuff. Or does he do Gravure? Did he do Gravure? No.
I don't know that he specifically has ever done the Gravure photo stuff, but
Okay.
I mean, like, I know people who are like, who have been known to be in Rossi's employ have obviously, like, I think EO's done one.
I can list them, but I don't want you.
Fair enough. Like the only ones the only ones I've seen, if I'm honest, are like Shirley and Asuka, and like they didn't work there.
Okay, I've seen a few. I've seen.
I believe you. I'm lazy.
They're interesting. They're interesting because it's like, okay, it's like 10 minutes of basically porn, and then it's like a wrestling match. You're like, how am I supposed to deal with this?
Like, yeah, but like it's also to be honest though, the two I saw never got, like, there was never any actual like nudity.
They never get nude.
Just a lot of teasing.
They get to the closest possible, like the like it cannot get any fucking closer. Literally.
Yeah.
And it's like part of the thing that Asuka was fighting against. The culture that she was fighting against.
Oh, she didn't care for the Gravure?
No, Gravure and things like that. She was outspoken very early on in her career. No bikini eating. But she did she did when she had to, because that's what was expected of her, but she knew the shit was uncomfortable. She was like,
yeah,
this is weird, like, and they're like, you've only been here 2 years or whatever, fucking you don't get to speak out. And then she wrote, I guess, the with the manifesto or whatever.
Yeah, the most interesting thing about Asuka's career, if people looked at it, is that like you would think she came over as like this big Japanese star, and it's like, well, she had her bones in Japan, but like she was basically blacklisted from all the top areas because of just her like, speaking out about things that, she bucked the system basically.
I wonder how she feels about Triple H working with Rossi. That's got to be uncomfortable. He's like, motherfucker. But yeah.
I know there was a comment at one point, and I think she tried to soften it up. I don't remember. I think you had seen it too.
She did a bunch of tweets where she's like, Stardom tried to destroy me or whatever.
Right. But she was also just like, I understand that now the people at Stardom were not the people who were there when those things went down.
Yeah, I mean, she's talking about him.
Right. Of course. But like she knows that most of them aren't still there. So it's like, I just worry about my friends that are there and hope they are okay.
Well, shit. Now he's in bed with her fucking employers. I wonder if she's like, man.
Like I said, I just thought that whole thing was very interesting. She's just like, I know the people who work there then don't exactly work there now, but I at this point I just think about my friends and they seem to be all right.
And I I have like a natural inclination to be like, man, I'm gonna follow Rossi and like fuck the old company, that corporate shit. But like Stardom is pretty good. Like Bushiroad Stardom is pretty good.
Yeah, and like I was the first one to say like, man, I
Hey,
appreciate looking at the money. Hey, I appreciate looking at the money that went into Stardom once Bushiroad started running it, and like it looked like a proper big Joshi company at that point. And there was even a fun time where like they shared a weekend with the New Japan card, so they just shared the set.
yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
But I mean, I love Micah. I love Mina. I love Mayu. I love
imagine that.
I love everybody who's still there. I love Tom. It's
I
it's
always love Tam Nakano.
it it's still awesome. That's why I'm like, okay, well, this is great then. Because if Stardom is
Yeah.
still great, then fucking Marigo gets great, and we have two Joshi promotions to watch. And that's
Hmm.
fucking. I mean, two major ones. Sorry for
Two
the
major ones, yes.
sorry for the
That's so.
TJPW
I'll
actress
actually
girl fan.
you reminded me though.
I,
Well, that too, yes. But you reminded me though, which I thought was interesting about it going on Wrestle Universe was just like Tokyo Pro is right there. Is that like a competitor? Like what is that?
don't look over there, Greg. Just don't think twice. Don't think
Don't
twice
think
about it.
about it.
Jesus says Josh Barnett's Bloodsport card in Japan is so nasty. Who's trying to see Quinton Rampage Jackson wrestle? Can we pull that card up?
I'll
I
look for it
saw
right now.
I
I
saw
have
a
not seen the entire
card.
card actually.
I saw a card for Bloodsport Japan that I thought was a meme because it has that meme dude. Damn, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain him. He's got a big fucking chin and he's like he just kind of smiles. It's like when I gotta tell mama be the bed. He's like
Fuck.
smiling.
Okay, I think I have the card.
I thought it was a meme. I if you can find it, definitely send me that. That's hilarious.
We have
Santino is on the card.
hmm?
What the fuck?
What?
Jesus says Santino is on the card.
Um I don't. Oh, yes, I do see that. Okay, just so here, you want to hear it?
Yeah.
All right, we have Joshua Barnetto versus the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley.
The fuck? What's he even doing there? Like, I didn't even know he was on the card. What the hell is he? He just really does side mission.
Hey, I'm just Jon Moxley with your belt wrestling for this other thing. Thanks, guys. Minoru Suzuki versus one Timothy Thatcher.
Okay. This isn't bad so far.
Masakatsu Funaki will face off against Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Okay, that's interesting.
Santino Marella will face off against Japanese superstar Kazushi Sakuraba.
What the fuck? Sakuraba's wrestling again?
Yes. Quentin Rampage Jackson faces off against Hideki Sakini. I don't really know that guy. Maya Fukuda will face off against Konami, who is just recently returning to Stardom.
Doing this fucking random
Todd
sideshow ass
Duffy,
card.
Todd Duffy will face off against Takuya Nomura. I believe he's one of the. I think he's one of the upper mid card All Japan guys. I
Todd
think.
Duffy?
No, Nomura. God damn you. Hikaru Sato will face off against Hideki Suzuki.
Okay, I see.
Fuminori Abe versus Yuzuka. I believe that's just I believe that's one of the undercard matches.
Racist.
And Eric Hammer. Eric Hammer will face off against Mike O'Hearn. Mike O'Hearn's claim to fame, if I remember correctly, is American Gladiators.
I think Mike O'Hearn is the guy. I think he's the meme. I think I only know him from memes. I don't even know him from American
just like
Gladiator.
the chattiest Chad.
Yeah. That is him. What the fuck is he even doing on it? Like, what is that? How does that booking come to be? Like, how does that happen? It had to have been in the gym together randomly, and he's like, "Hey, bro, you want to work my wrestling card, bro?" And he's like, "Fuck yeah!" Like
Yeah, I think Michael Hearn was on the was it Hogan hosting that?
the second version with Layla Ali and Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
That was weird.
Cause like I'm looking at them now and like yeah, these look like the newer outfits. The silver and black
He's
stuff.
fucking. Yeah. He looks like he's gonna die early. Unfortunately, that's horrible.
Oh my god.
That's horrible. Mac brings up a fact. Josh Barnett has a win over Mox at Bloodsport
That he
already.
does, and he's about to give it back. Is that cold? I don't know, but I think it's true.
For multiple reasons. So none of that was on the format for tonight, but you're welcome. Anyway.
Also,
wanted to-
so as long as we are still on stuff that's not on the format, as of 45 minutes ago, sadly, New Japan posted that Yo is hurt and will not make the best of the Super Juniors.
Oh, what the fuck? That is horrible.
Yes.
Anyway, I guess he was. I mean, he is a champion, isn't he? Where's that show? I'm racist. Fuck. That's horrible. Damn it. No, cancel me. Turn this down. Shut this down.
God.
Oh no.
They can't cancel you, John. You'll just come back.
Don't we all? That was very coded. That speech. I was like, who's he talking about? I was like, is he talking about Brock? Like, or Vince? I hope Brock. Because at least Brock is like at least Brock is like, okay, you can. He's an employee too. You can argue maybe he didn't want to fucking turn his boss down, but like, I really hope it's not Vince. Max says it is Show who's champion, and yes, he did win it by DQ.
Yes, he did. Because I think that's how it works in Japan.
It's fucking garbage juice, like a dumb. It was like a trash match.
I think all L's lose belts.
Jesus says, did we see John Cena and The Rock still talk and keep contact with Vince McMahon?
After Cena's comments, I'm not surprised.
I never expected otherwise.
Yeah.
Especially the way The Rock was talking to. Like, he did that interview with the Fox News dude, and he was like, yeah, man, all this cancel culture shit fucking my life up. No, he didn't say it was fucking his life up, but
wow.
He's anti-woke now. And I was like, man, that feels like it comes straight from the way it affected Vince. Like, it felt like that for me. Like, he's absolutely mad that this happened to Vince McMahon.
Still using that word wrong.
You know, I don't even give it to them because what they've done is they've used it wrong for so long that they fucking changed the meaning.
The new meaning.
That's the meaning of it now. Now I have to be like, oh, that's what they fucking mean, which is bullshit. But you know, it is what it is. I can't really, get into an ideological debate about it, but just objectively looking at it, I'm not surprised that The Rock and John Cena still talk with Vince McMahon. I don't think anybody else should be either. On a human level, I understand in a way they don't have anything that they like. They don't have anything. Like, he made them, he gave them what they have, and they have a lot. I'm sure that,
and in some cases, like there were genuinely close relationships between Vince and some of the boys.
But
obviously only the top stars, but some of them.
Yeah. But Cena just did a radio show. Mac brought up, and he said he wouldn't talk about he wouldn't talk bad about Vince or whatever. Yeah. I mean, and like, you should have known from that. And like I said, I'm not like supporting it or anything. I'm just like stating it as a fact. You should have known. I think not publicly being like, yeah, I support Vince McMahon. Honestly, that's the most you can expect out of somebody, because the new I don't think you should be expecting people to shift things in their personal life to fit your even if it's wrong or it's right. I don't think you should be expecting people to shift their personal life for your expectation. I think
Especially
that's
when
weird.
you don't actually know these people.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know nothing about their connection to each other. I think you can expect them not to support it to him publicly. I expect that. You can expect that. Like I don't want to be like
basic
right?
business, public decisions.
But for like the report that John Cena and and The Rock keep in touch with Vince McMahon, like that came out through like a back channel. Like that wasn't like public support. R-Truth didn't publicly support Vince McMahon. Jesus, Jesus brought up. His gym trainer posted on Instagram the weekend of WrestleMania, all sad for Vince. Like, people, he wasn't able to be at his creation because of something that might not be the truth or some shit. And there's something about cancel culture. And R-Truth commented, like, with the 100% emoji. I think almost liked it. It's like, fuck. I don't know. Like I said, man,
and
can't really
to some degree, to some degree, I think no matter what allegations come up, people with certain emotional and social connections will like protect people until there is irrefutable damaging evidence in front of them.
Yeah.
So
it's just one of those things, man.
It's just it's the human condition, bro. No,
yeah, you can't expect people to fight their humanity,
Yeah.
But again, another thing that's not on the format. I did want to ask, what can the WWE and Cody Rhodes do to ensure that the fan base doesn't turn on the new face of their company?
Apparently, the first thing they can do, compared, judging by some stuff I saw, is talk to Cody about how he holds the belt.
That was incredible. I thought that was great. I found that thousands of people agreed it was great. Like he's holding the belt like the people from his father's era would.
Yeah.
Not particularly his dad. I was like, I don't know if his dad. I mean, I'm sure he did.
Immediately took that as it's like, oh, he's holding it like Flair. He's gonna turn heel, bro. I was like,
that's weird. But Jesus says he should stop cutting the same promo. Max says the same thing. Stop coming out every week and cutting the same thank you promo.
It's like when the boxer becomes the world champion. He's got to go on the thank you tour and say thank you to the people that supported him.
I've seen people treat it like an inevitability that the fan base is going to turn on him, based off of how they act in the WWE anyway, and how they treated him in AEW. I argue that the AEW environment.
I feel like the AEW comparison is kind of like, I feel like you're not really paying attention to what happened there if that's what you're judging it on.
Yeah, that man was booking some garbage, brother. You had to be there. You had to be there. But this is a whole different kind of it's not a problem, all right.
No.
Roman said he's a politician and he might have been right. That's what Max says. He's always had that stink on him, I felt, but that I think it's a basic problem. It's not a problem that they will have if they address it. And the problem isn't. It might be. I mean, I'm sure the promo thing is a little annoying, but it's only been a couple weeks after WrestleMania, and he has shown up on a lot of shows, and I'm sure that's why it feels like that. Jesus says, "How do y'all feel about when he talks about his dad almost every feud? It's either him or the person he feuds with." And you know what's funny? When he was on the Indies, remember that was a rule. You can't talk about his father.
I remember hearing that, and like, I thought the funniest thing was, I think it was an Evolve show. It was Cody Rhodes versus Chris Hero, and I've already heard the rumor that like we can't talk about his dad. But apparently, what Chris Hero can do is take one of those massive signs of Dusty Rhodes' face and hit Cody with it.
You gotta cut it real close, brother.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, and now, like Jesus says, and like Max says, I don't ever want to hear about Dusty anymore, like ever, even if it comes from Cody. I understand where you're coming from. It has been a bit of a lot. It
I
did
think
it's
I
yeah.
think it worked for the story they were telling because it was about the family um relationship with his story. Like he was finishing the story because he took the belt from his dad.
Rollins brought that shit up too, though. Before that,
He sure, sure. I think now that that circle has been closed, I think we can move
we
on from
should,
it.
we should, we really should. But again, I don't think that's the problem as much as Cody Rhodes. They were able to keep Cody Rhodes hot for the whole fucking year after the loss,
Yes.
and I credit that shit. That was incredible that they were able to do that. I thought he was cooked. I thought he was finished. I was
Did
like,
you?
what the fuck? I didn't think it was done. I didn't think they were gonna do Roman versus Cody again for sure. I was
No?
like, no, not next year. I didn't think they were gonna do
Okay.
it like WrestleMania. I didn't see like, oh, they're gonna do the 1 year feud now. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, what is this shit? And I
Okay.
laughed because it was chaos booking. Like, I can't believe you fucking maniacs did this shit. That was the moment. But they kept him hot for another year,
Yeah.
and it was quite a feat. And
And
I
now some
think
people are saying it's the best WrestleMania match they've ever seen, which I'm not fully in the can for, but I'm happy for you.
I'm happy if they thought that because I think it's a big. It has all the WWE things you could want
Yeah.
out of it. Like it's
Like
like
like yeah,
if you
it's not um yeah, it's not me. It's not a negative thing for me. Like if you think it was the best WrestleMania match you've ever seen, well, I'm glad you had a great time.
it was really entertaining. I thought it
Yeah.
was very fun. I thought it was real fun. I had a fun time. But for the kind of wrestling that I like if you were to see my top 10, you'd be like, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I don't see any of those in there. Like
I don't know about that. Like I
no,
still
like though you'll probably find a couple, but I mean like this was like a big showy fucking entertainment. Like this was like the biggest one of the biggest WWE matches you could ever have. Like it was like over. It was not when I say overbooked, I don't mean like overbooked
sure.
like too much. I mean overbooked the way like this is the way they used to
Oh yeah,
do
yeah.
shit. Like and
Yes.
it's at the biggest fucking
All the big
cameos.
run-ins. Oh, dude, have you seen it played over portals?
No, great. That's great.
Yeah, like all the run-ins with the da 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 da.
Max says Cody owes a lot of favors. Jay, Rollins, Sammy might catch up to him eventually. It
Well,
should. That
Sammy's
even
gonna be busy.
Sammy definitely looks busy. Jesus says Jay and Jimmy's on my list. Fuck you, Jesus, you dirty motherfucker. Max says WrestleMania 39, Infinity War, Wrestle 40, Endgame. I
Yeah,
can see it. I can see
yeah,
it.
yeah,
For sure, because it was like, what the fuck is that
yeah.
ending? That's
But
crazy.
also, if that's the case, then Roman should have brought back the gold gauntlet
Hey, here's a
for
hot take.
39.
WrestleMania 39 ending was more unpredictable than Infinity War ending.
But also, it
Like
made me very happy. It made me
I
much
also
happier.
really like I was right. I was pleased.
You
I
could
was like,
listen.
you
You could. I
maniacs.
am on record as saying I did not want Cody to win at 39. I thought it was too easy. I hated that he came in at number 30 after not working for since like SummerSlam or whatever it
I,
was.
I just thought it was I thought it was so wrong. Like it was so not the thing to do that I was like, this is
Yeah.
incredible. This is hilarious. You fucking dummy. How'd you let this happen?
It was that wrong. Okay.
Like, how'd you let this happen? This is hilarious. But they did it, they did the damn thing.
They made
And
listen. I am wrong in the sense that they made Cody work where I thought he might falter.
but some people are treating it like an inevitability that Cody is gonna get turned on by the fans.
Yes. I'd argue that is the curse of WWE's poor history with babyface champions.
It's always been about the chase and it fucks up after the capture.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think I think it doesn't have to like we just came off of a 4-year title reign. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Fucking ridiculous.
I loved it. I was down. I don't
Oh
think
no,
I
yeah,
ever
I love
got.
it, but like it's I mean to say ridiculous as in like my God, you don't see that anymore.
No, you never probably will. Or for a long time again.
Yeah,
Uh, Probably later part of your lifetime or something. But
yeah.
um,
When
look,
you've gotten dull with it and your kids are watching
yeah. Oh
it.
wow, look at that! They figured one out. That looks interesting. How did they do the laser? How did they do the laser spot?
Uh, oh my God,
Fucking,
they finally have an Asian champion. Look at that.
he's the fourth one, Dad. Oh
Times
no,
have changed, son.
times have changed. No,
Oh
listen.
man.
I think the biggest thing, and it's a regular storytelling thing. Listen, he was a challenger, man. He was a challenger for the whole time he was down. He
Yeah.
was a challenger, and people love a challenger. They love an underdog. They love someone who they can get behind, root for.
Yeah.
As champion, they need to find a way to make him feel like a challenger. That's it's seems like it's simple. It's not very simple.
No.
It's not, and maybe that might mean losing the belt faster than some people think he might, and having to come for it again or something.
That's what we
Maybe
said
that
to a Neo Cena booking.
right. That's what they would do though. That's how it went. A heel would
Yeah.
be like, "I stole it from you, you piece of shit,"
Yeah.
and then he would
Yeah.
get it back in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I
The
got that shit.
babyface has the belt stolen from him through nefarious means, but he gets it back.
And that's the way. Listen, I enjoy that shit. That's just another way to book a championship ring. It doesn't have to be Cody's the champion from here to WrestleMania again.
Yeah.
Gunther could take that shit for a little bit. He's a
Yeah.
big boy, and Cody would have to fight out from under Gunther and take it.
And then you know WrestleMania is your rubber match.
Exactly,
Your rubber
exactly.
match.
I'm
I got a
down.
little New York on that one.
Cody versus AJ Styles.
Cody vs.
Jesus
Styles
says
like hot as shit.
it. It looks like it's gonna be Cody versus Styles at Backlash France.
Yeah.
Backlash France.
Homie, if they were not so locked in on what seems to be, well, no, I won't say that, but if they were not so locked in at what seems to be the massive Cody Rhodes versus The Rock match, which could take place before WrestleMania, I'm like, we need to give AJ his WrestleMania main event now. But that's me as an AJ Styles guy.
I did want to say hi to Saul, but
Whoa.
yeah, AJ's definitely getting that match right now because it ain't gonna be LA Knight.
No,
And
yeah, but I'm saying
that
like I would love to see them work AJ and Cody Rhodes toward the end.
that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Also, like AJ and Cody are very interesting to me as the guy champion and challenger for the WWE title, as two guys who basically got over elsewhere and then came into the fold.
They're also in WWE. They're also they weren't stablemates, but they
Technically,
shared.
yes, but not. I don't think were Cody and AJ at the same time.
No, that's what I mean. Like they
No,
weren't stablemates, but they shared a
they
stable
have a shared
separately.
banner.
They're like cousins.
They have
Like
they have two shirts that they can do the Spider-Man point at.
Bullet Club cousins. But yeah, no, I think it's easy to I think it's an easy thing to address. I don't think it has to happen. I think if this was Vince's WWE, then I'd be like, yeah, here we go. He's about to defend against Braun Strowman next month. And so it's over.
Cody Rhodes is for real.
Or it's Kane. It's Kane again. What the
It's always
fuck?
Kane.
It's always Kane.
That is a popular old trick, right? Like you would have your babyface champion has to fight off these like monsters.
And it's always Kane though. That's what
How
kind of
many
makes
do
it
we
stink.
have now other than Braun?
They have I think it's just Gunther, well, almost Bronson Reed.
Oh God, please don't do almost.
I mean, yeah, you got to do something with it. Almost. Remember they used to give Great Khali championship matches.
They did, and runs.
I don't like to think about that. That was weird. You knew it was gonna be weird because it started off with him holding it up upside down. You're like, oh no, oh no. Anyway, yeah. But the Cody thing is so good, and the WWE has been so good for a while now. I mean,
Yeah.
they're running on all cylinders right now, and these are like they're really what is it? Bearing fruit, bearing the fruit of their seeds. I guess what is that? Is that
The
the
fruits of
term?
their labor.
There it is, the fruit of their labor, so to speak. For say like the last 2 years of WWE, it's really coming to it. It's really feeling like it's coming up now, and Vince's removal kind of just it was like the fucking the rocket ship goes into space. It has two booster rockets and they fucking fall off and you just keep on going without it. Like Vince is gone. You got them in space. They are gone. They're out of there. They're making all this money. Their fucking quality, the TV quality is so much higher than it's been.
Absolutely validating all the people who were like, once we get Hunter and once we get Vince out of here, the company will.
It he actually and truly was him, Kevin Dunn, the people holding him back, probably Bruce Pritchard too. Get your bitch ass out. I see you, motherfucker, hiding under there. Kevin
Cody's
Dunn
gonna
and them,
protect Bruce at this point.
they were holding this company back, and it might seem early, but it's been about 2 years. If you go WWF from 1998 to 2000, that was like the peak quality for the Attitude Era. 2001, you go down, you hit WrestleMania 17, boom, that's the peak, that's the top, and it's all downhill from there, brother.
Yeah.
I'd say we're getting close to the same amount of time
I
that
also
the
think it's
Attitude
very
Era
interesting to
lasted.
note that, like, even though like, people consider it such like a huge time in the era of WWE, the Attitude Era was incredibly short.
It was, I'd say it lasted 3-4 years, about
Yeah,
3.5
you'd
years
think
at
it
best.
lasted longer the way people talk about it, but
No,
it was here and gone.
I had a big impact. It,
Yeah,
I won't, and I'm not arguing about impact here.
no.
Uh, uh, I think, boom, boom, has the WWE surpassed the Attitude Era in let's say 98 to 2001. The quality of the show from then. Let's just talking show quality. I'm not talking cultural impact yet because I think the Attitude Era made an impact that stuck with people for so long that they, like you said, they think it's longer than it was. And it's like it was such a short time. Like Austin was around for 5 years, but
Yeah,
on the top, but it felt like forever. It felt like he's the wrestling guy.
yeah.
But I wanted to ask the question, and I think you wanted to ask the question. This was your idea. I don't want to take
It
credit for
was.
that.
Yes.
But you
Guilty
wanted
as
to ask the
charged.
question. Has the WWE today surpassed the Attitude Era? And I say metrics because they keep on saying every fucking week it's the most money they've ever made, most people that have ever watched, and blah blah blah. Obviously, you have to take into account inflation and shit like that, but it's pretty clear cut that they're making a lot more money from a lot more different ways today than they were back then. Just
Oh
look at the
yeah.
fucking Saudi deal and TV deals and shit like
The
that.
Saudi deal, the TV deal, like their jeez, their brand deals now are like Jordans and uh Mattel and some other companies, whereas like back then the only thing you can get out of that company was canned food.
It was raviolis. Uh,
Beefy
this
and
is a feel.
Stacker too, because your fans need to lose weight.
The Adore Studio says literally everyone was over in the Attitude Era, from the jobbers up to the main guys. Now, I won't argue that they weren't over. I will argue that they were involved in trash. I think they were. I think they were involved in like you had an excellent main roster, like a main event scene, like
We kind of laugh at it
notch,
because it's so bad.
top notch main event scene with multiple upper mid card main event, like fucking
Yeah.
top guys, all the shit you remember. Big Joe and he flustered up and down, but Triple H, The Rock, Steve Austin,
Austin,
The
Rock, Hunter,
Undertaker,
Foley, Undertaker, Kane.
Mankind, yep, all those guys. But you also had the fucking Mac brings it up here. A lot of people look back on the Attitude Era, rose-colored glasses. It was The Rock, Austin McMahon, Triple H. Everything else was filler. Boss Man feeding Al Snow his fucking dog in the hotel room. The
Yeah.
oddities, you know,
And which led to a match where they
Braun
were stuck in a
Panty,
cage with cars, with dogs.
the kennel of hell, the kennel
Yes.
from hell with the dogs that take a shit and they didn't want to be mean. The fucking, uh, there was a lot of shit in the Attitude Era. I think that today's WWE television doesn't
Did that
have
on
as
purpose.
much fucking garbage surrounding a hot main event scene. I think it
Yeah.
had a fucking, and I think you saw that come to a head at this year's WrestleMania. Like, even if you argue like the match quality or whatever, like I think people had a reason to be invested in most of the main matches. Even the matches that ended up sucking, like Jay versus Jimmy, like people really wanted to watch that shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, Naked Midian, Mac brings up. May Young flashing us at the Royal Rumble. Classic
Yes.
moment. Classic moment.
Yes.
What do you think, Greg?
I found there were a lot of things to be invested in, some less than others, obviously. Like we've poked our fun at the Pride versus Final Testament, obviously. And I still think they actually kind of had a fun little match there. But I think Plunder is always a little fun.
But I mean, like as a whole,
Yeah. Their feud, which was just really a series of matches and beatdowns, wasn't great. But like, oh, as a whole package, yeah, I think they have more people flying. I think they have more people firing on all cylinders. I think they've had I think they have found a way to sort of diversify their star base by actually by paying attention to the women. While you have not always created new main events, you've created new things to be invested in. There are people who are very invested in Rhea Ripley for multiple reasons. There are people who were very invested in Bailey's program with Damage Control.
I love that shit.
And people who were a little invested in the Damage Control B-side storyline. Maybe just because oh shit, Jade Cargill's here. Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot more dynamic stuff going on with the programming that's helped them a lot. Yeah, I think we can go further than the Attitude Era did, but I don't have any young children in my life. I don't know how they absorb the product, and that would be interesting to me.
I can speak to that.
Yeah.
So I mentioned before that
and I only ask that because we all talk about our memories of the Attitude Era, but like I think it's very important to understand that we absorb the Attitude Era as children, and that is a very different experience.
Watching my son enjoy the WWE now, like period, just told me everything I needed to know, because he for so long he just didn't. He was like he didn't watch WWE at all. He didn't watch wrestling.
You said your kid didn't get into wrestling until AEW.
Yeah, he didn't get into wrestling until AEW came around, and but the Bloodline thing started, and he got into the Bloodline. He really got into the Bloodline, and the Bloodline ended up he ended up enjoying more and more of the show as it got better and better. And now he's like,
yes,
we're watching whole pay-per-views, and WrestleMania was like a big deal for him. And I was like, WrestleMania was a big deal for him. His friends, they were talking about it. I was like, oh shit, like they're gonna remember it. Like
they're going up the ones. No,
like Roman's gonna be like their guy. Roman's gonna be like their Steve Austin. He really is. He absolutely is. He's gonna be
Which
a
is
lot of people.
So much considering how much shit he went through to get there.
It's crazy. he's never gonna be our fucking Steve Austin. You know, because our
No.
Steve Austin is Steve Austin.
Yes.
He's never gonna be our John Cena, right? He's gonna be somebody's Roman Reigns. It's crazy. They're
Mhm.
like he's a big fucking deal, and the roster that he's got surrounding him, the big fucking deal. He's got Cody, he's got AJ, he's got fucking Drew and Seth, and if I can go down the WWE roster now, and I promise you, I can name more guys today that are absolutely fully over and involved in good stories
Yeah.
than at this point in the Attitude Era.
I also want to say that now that you mention it, the roster feels a lot to me like how do you say, like, post territory WWF, where it was where they were able to surround their stars with all of the best wrestlers from around the fucking country. So, like, even if the star isn't the best wrestler you've ever seen, he is supported by these really good guys that they can make great matches with. Like, let me tell you, because you brought up AJ, before Roman even got over, fucking Roman and AJ were having bangers.
That's part of the right. That's part of the reason they started trusting AJ. I love
Yeah,
those fucking matches, dude.
yeah.
Be
Roman was like, "Hey, I got this crucifix powerbomb I've been thinking about."
it through a table, buddy. The Adore Studio says also today's booking lacks the consistency. Most guys are white hot and booked to lose, kills the momentum for new stars. I would argue that it was consistent for some in the Attitude Era and inconsistent for others, depending on who you were. I say remember D'Lo Brown? He was over as fuck. There were a lot of there. Remember Chris Jericho? Like we
Yeah,
look at Chris Jericho's run with rose-colored glasses, but do you remember how they booked him
yeah.
for a
Ahmed
little bit?
Johnson was over as fuck too,
It,
and that
it
just went
hap-
nowhere.
It just happens. You know, it's just a thing. Like no wrestling company is gonna ever have it perfect. I think the
Yeah.
WWE's about as close as they're gonna get right now, though. Cordell Mitchell says when the WWF, WCW, and ECW were all rolling at the same time, they were like always peak era in wrestling, my estimation. Like 96 about 2000s, 90s, anything was dope, especially seeing MJ and Pippen win my City 6 championships. Chicago, understandable. Hey, listen, 90s All Japan Pro Wrestling, that's my peak, baby. That's the
Yeah,
goat. That's the golden era. That's heaven. Okay, I
just Baba
understand.
booking.
It don't get better than that. I'd
No,
love to. I'd love
and
if they just
listen, for a lot of people, their peak is going to be um 2010s New Japan.
yeah.
You
That's
know,
a good fucking peak, and it might not get ever better than that
yeah,
2014 G1 climax, man.
yeah. There's gonna be a lot of people who are just like, "Son, I grew up with these two Japanese boys named Tanahashi and Okada."
Max says the Attitude Era got away with a lot of things that you couldn't get away with nowadays. The storytelling in WWE has to be so tame to some point because of the way things are in the PC culture. I don't know if that's exactly true.
Uh,
Um,
it
I
was
don't.
for a long time, I'd argue.
I think 10 years ago you could have made that argument, but not about the PC culture, just about the fact that they had a soft product that could have had a little more edge to it. But I think they've been in that box for so long they've learned to be really creative with having to work around things like that. Like that
Yeah,
Cody Rock segment where he made him bleed backstage, they had to go through a lot of shit, and I'm pretty sure that they made that work through interesting ways without having to use a blade, you know?
yeah,
Uh, and that's not because of PC. That's just because they don't want to be able to say like mutilate. They mutilate
yeah.
themselves. You know. Jesus says John raises kids well, saving them from watching Corbin, Rude, and Ziggler getting dog shit on Roman on SmackDown. Hey, he was
Was it
smart
dog
enough.
food?
It was like dog food, but same shit. Cordell Mitchell says the characters back then, personalities were way better today. Not many guys you want to emulate or be, TBH. I, I don't know that I wanted to be
Mm,
everybody back in the Attitude Era as much as I just wanted to watch him. Like I guess I wanted to be Steve Austin, wanted to be The
yeah,
Rock.
I can see wanting to be the Rock or Steve Austin, but I think that's just like
I didn't want to be Mankind.
I think that's a difficult thing to quantify. Like, there's very few people who can be, just so fucking cool. Like, you can't. I don't think you can cultivate. I don't think you can create that as much as you can find it and do your best to cultivate it.
Right. Right.
You know, I don't know. I don't know how many people want to be LA Knight, but I can see people having fun watching them. John doesn't.
He's not my cup of tea, but I think again, like Greg said, who you want to be, I think that's a big. I think that's on
I
you
think John wants to be Kevin Owens.
because I look, like I said, I watch my son. I can only watch my son, right? And this is not a kid that grew up on I watched wrestling his whole life, but he did not watch wrestling his whole life. He started watching wrestling 3 years ago, and it was AEW for a while, and then it became WWE. Watching him and watching who he kind of
How old is he again?
He is now 15. He's peak wrestling absorption age.
So he's like 50. He's like 15 years away from like me having grown up with my father watching Star Trek and me not starting until I was in my fucking 30s.
You see what I mean? And I look and I go upstairs and I talk to him and I fucking go in the room and I look at the computer and it's got the Roman Reigns background. And I look around and I see the Undisputed Championship on the bed. And I'm like, these are he idolizes Roman Reigns. They want to be Roman Reigns. Why wouldn't you want to be the fucking tribal chief? He's the coolest motherfucker in the whole goddamn company. He's got all the money. He's got the family. He's got control. He's got everything. I want to be Roman Reigns.
Also, like I think this means something. Like not only is Roman Reigns not only did Roman Reigns lock into that cool factor, but I think even though he is Samoan, I think for a lot of urban brown kids, it's still like one of us. I think you still see yourself in him if you are, one of those guys. And it's like, I think that matters to a lot of people.
It does. It absolutely does. The Door Studio says, "Damn, you got to play with the D'Lo Brown situation." Hey, he was over as fuck, bro, for real.
Looking at the real deal now.
If you were watching in like '99, you'd be like, "Man, he might be WWE champion someday, WWF champion."
Nope.
Cordell Mitchell says 2000
European champion.
2010 Japanese wrestling. That's dope too. New Japan can get that back if they can book this new crew of young guys, right?
They can, and that's a whole nother conversation.
But they got a gift. They got a gift looking them right in the fucking mouth. They just threw them a fucking completely established Jon Moxley who can absolutely do the job when you need him to. Like, he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna wrestle. Like, I work hard. Like, all right, Mox, let's fucking go. Jesus says that some attitude or vibes, The Rock and Cody outside the ring and talking shit, talking about Mama Rose. You're right though. That was next level.
I laughed at the fucking video clips of them like the camera's not even rolling. Rock's still whooping him.
Beating the shit out of Cody. That was classic, man. That's top level shit. I don't even think. Listen, man, I don't with the way The Rock was operating on that level, like when he comes back, if he's gonna keep on doing shit like that, I think they're gonna be just fine. And I think I wanted him to spread that wealth though. I wanted to see the company do more shit like that across the product. And I hope that they do. It looks like I don't even know what Cody's like. The thing that stinks right now is that Cody was involved in this top level storyline. And now that he's on the other side of it, he's sort of in limbo, waiting to see who becomes the number one contender. And then there's no real feud there. Like, it's just like, okay, well, what's his next thing? Is this just The Rock? Like, The Rock is gone till next year. Is this really his next big story? Like, it feels a little cheap.
Yeah, like Cody had the benefit of like walking into something red hot already.
But
something that arguably you said was getting cooled down until not only did Cody sort of like really start getting the ball rolling, but the addition of The Rock shockingly ended up helping it.
It did. But it ended
Um,
up helping. It ended up helping everything. I
yeah.
mean, which shocked the shit out of me. That's what has us asking this question in the first place. Like, over the last 3 months, we've peaked this company, and a peak it hasn't seen in a long time. Is this peak actually a little higher?
So no, but like to your point, the Cody got to walk into something hot. So now they have to like, for the first time in 2 years, they've got to really create something around Cody other than the Seth Rollins program.
Is WWE was a dumpster fire before Rhodes jumped ship. You take away the bloodline from the WWE, and what else can they hang their hat on? The bloodline story is everything interesting about them that's been carrying the story for 4 years now, I believe. I think the bloodline carried like you said, WWE before Cody, the bloodline was like the story that kind of it's a weird like Moses allegory. Like
Yeah.
they kind of walked through the sea of shit and carefully crafted a story, a top guy, and a top story. Because a top guy can carry a company, but a top guy needs a top story, and that top
Roman
story
Reigns
kind of
swam through 5 miles of shit and unmentionable things that I cannot imagine.
he spread that fucking ocean, and behind him came Cody
The Shawshank
Rhodes
Redemption. No.
and the Sami Zayn and fucking Drew McIntyre and then Seth Rollins again.
Yeah.
And then fucking now Gunther did his own thing.
It does
Gunther was
also
another
sometimes
thing that
feel
they
like
had.
every time the bloodline thing felt like it might start cooling down, something ridiculous happened.
They made it work, man. That's why I believe, like you said, if you believe WWE was a dumpster fire before Rhodes jumped ship, while I wouldn't say you're wrong, I would say when they got the bloodline really rolling, that was the beginning of what they have now. And
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes coming to WWE was like the next step. And that's why even in the outline I mentioned like 2 years. It's been 2 years of Triple H
Yeah.
in that creative executive position, because that's when he got in 2022 is when he became that chief creative officer. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
And I'll even agree that like in when we were in the Thunderdome era and the bloodline thing was just beginning. Yeah, that was the only thing they had going. Everything else was fucking trash at that point. You know, the only thing we had going was like Roman Reigns somehow making the Thunderdome environment work for him by like literally telling his story as he's having the match.
Yeah, 100%. The
And that blossomed into the big family storyline, which I said was always bigger than his opponents.
ultimately, I think, like I said, I think Roman was the herald for the new era. Cody was the guy to help light the fire, and then you had the rest, and The Rock just came like a little seasoning on top. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm here to a little boost, and it was just like the perfect mix um, of everything for this company, and I hope that they keep it going. I really, really do because I enjoy watching WWE, and admittedly, the I still rather watch the weekly TV on YouTube, but that's
Mm,
that's my personal preference. I just think it's a lot better when I can watch only the parts that I know are good.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, okay, I'll watch the Cody segment, I'll watch the Gable match, I'll watch the fucking Sammy segment, skip the fucking Candice LeRae and Maxine Dupree. And fucking like as much as I love Candice, I was like, fuck, this sucks right
Hmm.
now. But yeah. Hey, Sue says, you mean to tell me you didn't enjoy Raw Underground or Edge versus Orton, greatest match of all time? Or Reagan as I fucked twice? No.
Underground's coming back, isn't it?
Next week, NXT Underground, Lola Vice versus Natalia.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't really have words for that.
Does
But
Sammy and I don't think
Mac
so.
Mac Burns says if Cody didn't come back, does Sammy end the reign of Roman? No, I don't know. I don't think that they. I don't know. Maybe if I
Because
don't know
I think
who
they
else
get
would
to
have been
have their
over at
Rock
the
and
time.
Reigns match.
Oh, that's right. There it is. There it is. They do the fucking. They do the Rock and Reigns, and the Rock wins and takes it to Hollywood.
And then comes back for a year. It comes back in a year.
Yeah. Hey, Sue says I'm with John. We be fast forwarding Raw and SmackDown. Hey, listen. It's just the better. It makes it easy for me. It allows me to convince myself that WWE is better now. And I'm like, fuck yeah. No, it is
Like
though.
that, huh?
It really. There's a lot more. There's a lot more good segments now than there would have been a couple years ago. A couple years ago it would have been like one. Bro, I was watching WWE in the trenches, in the fucking trenches.
Trenches.
They say I saw somebody say 2019 was the worst WWE ever been. Motherfucker, were you sitting around in 2009? Like, were you here with me during the guest host era of Raw? Like, you wasn't sitting, you wasn't watching.
And the Raw general manager laptop.
Oh man, and I quote, Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler got like 12 minutes at WrestleMania. You weren't in the fucking trenches with me. Don't ever play with me like if you know what bad WWE is. I can tell you what bad WWE is. I was there.
I had to watch Shane McMahon fight for control of Raw by getting his ass whipped by The Undertaker for 15 to 20 minutes, only for them to still give him control of the company.
But at least you got a good match. You see what I'm saying? The difference between that,
I
like,
don't think I did, but that's how I feel
anything
about that
past
Shane and Undertaker match.
anything past 2012, 2011, you can call it bad and you can say like whatever, but you're not in the trenches like you were in fucking after Benoit died. Like, fuck you, man. It was rough. It was
Yeah.
so bad. I would watch Raw every week for hopefully a segment. Hopefully a good one. When Brian came in, I was watching just to see if they would do something good with him.
And even then, right? What year did you say?
This is like 2000, let's say 8, 9, 10.
Right. The worst thing is somewhere between like late 2009 or 2010, the show starts to tease you with the potential of good things. 2011, we get the Summer of Punk stuff that just gets
There you
its
go.
goddamn legs cut off.
Yeah.
Right.
Triple H kills that.
And the next year, we get all the Daniel Bryan stuff, which was just, it ended well, but that trip was kind of difficult.
That was hard to get through.
Yes, it was.
Listen, and Christopher Gonzalez says early 90s era was the worst. Everybody had a job gimmick, trash man, hockey player, Undertaker, basketball player. True. I just wasn't alive. I wasn't in those trenches.
Wrestling wasn't paying well, man.
And I imagine the people in 2019 just weren't alive. That's why they don't know. Cordell Measure says AEW about to give us a black heavyweight champion. How we feeling, brothers? If we were the culture, he's our top champion in wrestling, period, right? Hey, I fucking love Swerve.
Is this like when people said if Black Panther sucks, we have to lie about it?
I'll lie about Swerve's ring. You think I won't? You think I won't? We held up fucking MJF's
John's
ring
gonna
at
watch
the end
Swerve
there,
get the MJF ring and be like, it was the best thing I ever saw.
That Devil storyline was awesome with Swerve, man. He fucking for real. I'm
Oh man. If you asked me a year and a half ago, I would have said I'd rather it be Hobbs first, but I can deal with this.
He's so fucking over, man. Swerve he's not just over, he's so good.
I was hoping you meant Hobbs.
Oh, I mean Hobbs, we can get back there.
Hobbs so fucking over, like yes, he is.
To me. No, Swerve right now, he's just so good. With you. He needs to be. We talked about this on the Dynamite show. Like it's time. Sure. And not just because it's time for him to be champion, but because the company is in a place right now where he's gonna. They have Ospreay, right? They brought in Ospreay, and they paid a lot of money for Ospreay, and they also built Swerve. So somehow at the same time they lucked into like two top guys.
Yes.
So right now,
but who's the
you can do this. You can do this shit because right now Swerve is great babyface, right? In his chase for champion, but he's such a good heel. God damn it. he can be Will Ospreay's heel, man. Like that's my if I'm in this fucking booking committee, we're setting up Swerve and Osprey as our fucking they're gonna be the good and evil. That's the yin yang. Because they did Swerve and Hangman, and that's his first career rival, right? But that's over. Right? That's got like one match left in it. Right? Like he's about to be on another level.
With Paige as the clear heel here.
And Paige is the heel too. Like this is weird.
Yeah.
Paige fucking basically turned Swerve. Like, but you can literally use Swerve as your top fucking heel, as like the top heel. Have Osprey as the top babyface, and then you have two pillars, Nick. That, for lack of a better term, unfortunately, two pillars. Because I think that's the match this summer.
Yeah.
If you ask me,
10 polls, you could maybe say
10 polls. There you go. I think that's the Wembley match. If you ask me, Swerve versus Osprey, that's your match right there, man. That's your money. That's your money. That's your quality. That's your fucking. That's what you want to lean the promotion on, man. Like that's the kind of shit you want to put everything behind. And we can do something beautiful with both of them. That doesn't have to end with one little match. Jesus says, how do we feel about Swerve with that Rick Ross line to Samoa Joe? He did call him BBL Joey though. He called him BBL Joey.
Interesting. That was a choice.
Christopher Gonzalez says, I want to get the pay-per-view this weekend, but 50 cents a pop is a lot to ask of us fans.
50 cents, you wish.
50 cents or $50 a pop. When is AEW going to start streaming on Max? Christopher, stop right there.
Christopher, I got some bad news.
Do not spend $50 on that pay-per-view. I'm going to fucking... This is entirely legal. They can't stop. You know, some bad news. You know, like that meme where it's like, you know, you can take the ducks in the park home. They're free. The government can't stop you. Like you can.
What the hell?
You can watch this pay-per-view for a decent amount less than $50 legally if you just get a VPN. I suggest ExpressVPN. That's the one I use, and I would really like that. I'd like for them to sponsor us if you guys really would. But they're also a really, really, really fucking good fucking VPN, and I use them to go on Triller TV and pay British prices for AEW pay-per-views. I pay $20 a pop for the pay-per-view, and I pay $12 a month or whenever I want to use it, $12 for the VPN. So essentially, you're paying $32 for a pay-per-view instead of $50. But that's still a lot of money. And I would say I can't wait for them motherfuckers to get on Max because goddamn, they're trying to do 10 pay-per-views a year now, right? That's $500 if you're in America. That's $300 if I'm fucking using British money. Although they do have a deal now that for $50, for $50 in Britain, you can get 3 pay-per-views. And I was like, that's $10 off, which is fine, but still. Give me that HBO on Max streaming service. I imagine if it doesn't get announced this year, it'll be because they got kicked off of WBD, but I don't see that happening, at least not the way he's been talking. Mac Burton says Wrestle Dream in Tacoma, Brian's retirement match.
Hasn't he made the point that he's not like retiring, but like
he did say he wasn't like going away forever. He was just gonna end full time. But part of me says, what if he's been given everything? What if Tony Khan accidentally granted every wish? Like, and he's like, oh, I'm going home. He realized in Arena Mexico, like, I think we might have peaked this. I'm about to fight Blue Panther. I don't know what else to do. If he gets to retire Nigel in the UK, we might lose Brian forever. Like he's going home for good. He ain't got nothing left.
I get what you mean.
I don't know. Tacoma, Washington. It's Brian's area. It's a very big arena. 20,000, something like that. It looks really pretty. It's like a dome.
A dome.
I can imagine them trying to sell it out. on Bryan Danielson's retirement match if that's the plan. But like Greg said, it wasn't originally, and I kind of felt like he was gonna end it all at Wembley. I don't know why. Not end it all.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill himself. But,
Oh man.
but I thought he's gonna be in Wembley. We'll see though. We'll fucking see. But getting back to this, Jon Moxley, IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, won the title from Naito. I thought to myself as Naito took that pin, man, I don't think Naito likes this. Like, I don't know. Something tells me that unless he's like, oh no, I'm hurt. Like I just want to go home. Like fuck this.
Yeah.
But he's still wrestling, so something
I
tells me.
sometimes
Like,
wonder if he's checked out, at least one foot out the door.
I kind of feel like he might be, and then like dropping the belt to like like, I mean, I thought it was fine. I was like, okay, I like Mox, but I'm also a fan in America, right? That's Mox is the main guy in my American company, AEW or
Yeah.
whatever. How does a home guy feel when you finally got your moment, right? That was the big thing about Wrestle Kingdom. Like Naito's finally going to get his uninterrupted Wrestle Kingdom victory and moment, and it's gonna be cool. And then all that to drop the belt to Gaijin from AEW, the fucking company you don't give a fuck about because you don't give a fuck about American wrestling. If you ever worked at a show, it's a t-shirt match.
Yeah.
I don't know that he enjoyed or even cared for that, but I don't know him. I only know what I know about Naito. I just thought it was interesting. But Mox will be back in
I
New
feel like I once heard
Japan.
he doesn't like wrestling in America.
Yeah, I think I heard that too. I didn't want to quote it because I wasn't sure. Max says Naito says he wants a rematch. All he's focused on is revenge on Moxley, but he understands he might be at the back of the line now. He said he will let Moxley pick the next location for their match. Like I'm sure he's ready to do a job. It's his job. He gets paid well for it, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that stunk. But Moxley is the champion now. And the first thing they did was they set up a match with Ren Narita. And they set up a match after that with Shooter. You create a beautiful little circle.
Less officially in that sense.
Yeah, they announced a Shooter match against the winner of Moxley and Ren Narita. They did, yeah.
Okay.
Which is like,
I thought you meant the more metaphorical setup.
Oh no, I meant literal.
Okay.
They did, and it kind of you give us that close of that circle of the story of Mox and that young boy that he just snatched up one day and said, "I'm taking you home." This way.
And it's interesting because I never actually thought to myself that he might need it, but I think there's something to say about like Shooter coming up with Jon Moxley that it is it would be a seminal part of his journey to actually like rise above Moxley himself and then go on to.
You didn't think he needed it?
No.
He had the jacket. He carried the jacket around like a security blanket for years.
I never thought of it as a security blanket. I
didn't know how else to think of it. I didn't know how else to think.
I just thought it was a cute thing, and something like recognizing the beginning of his fucking, I guess career in New Japan.
I think if you acknowledge something like that for so long, you have to address it at some point.
Sure, but does that also mean like he stops bringing the jacket out?
I think it could take on a different meaning after he wins the title. But I mean, well, assuming he does, because I don't know that he will. I think it'd be a good moment, though. I think it would be great for the next generation if he does pin Moxley and takes that title. Do you think that he's ready for that spot though? Like, does he have the same like presence, aura?
I don't know if anyone's ready for that spot, but I don't think we have that luxury.
They were lucky to get Moxley.
When I say we, I mean I am speaking metaphorically as like New Japan. I don't think New Japan has the luxury of asking if he's ready or if anybody's ready.
Just do it. Just do it.
You don't have Okada anymore. You can't. Anybody who's seen him, I love him to death. You can't go back to Tanahashi. You can't.
No. He is broken.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. you don't have anybody else to lean on except Tetsuya Naito. So like at this point, I'd say you just do the ballsy thing and you have Shota take the belt off Moxley and you have Yoda win the G1 and that's your fucking Wrestle Kingdom. And yeah, it might not be on paper the biggest drawing goddamn New Japan main event you've ever seen, but like we've got to put this work in,
I
you
like
know?
it. I like it. It also sets up. It really sets up the next generation because you get that next generation main event, and it feels
Yeah,
earned.
yeah.
Hopefully,
Just
hopefully,
please don't call them the
Shooter.
new Three Musketeers. Nobody wants
Yeah,
that.
no, you just fuck everybody up again. Cordell mentions says, how do you guys see Gabe Kidd going? Maybe IWGP Heavyweight Champion one day, or more like Global Champion. Currently, he's set for a never title shot against Shingo Takagi. That match is going to slap. First of
Yes.
all, it's gonna
I
be
need to
great.
watch more Gabe Kidd. Like I need to actually pay attention to it.
I like him. I like Gabe Kidd. Um, I think heavyweight champion is a long way off, but it's not impossible. I think he's got a couple years ahead of him of not like just bulking or whatever, just
Yeah.
establishing himself as a real presence amongst Japanese fan base and even amongst the American fan base. I think he's just at the beginning of what he can do and who he can be. Uh,
Yeah.
because right now
And
he's
also
no, go ahead.
and also sort of establishing a trust in the Japanese in the Japanese office that like the Gaijin is here to stay and he's committed.
He did resign. He did sign a new deal.
Did he?
He did.
It's a good
He's
start.
also fighting Eddie Kingston for the New Japan Strong title in May in a no ropes match. But I think it's got another. I think it's like a no ropes last man standing or some shit like that. I don't know, some
Uh,
wild shit.
is
Double
Eddie
strap that
King
man up.
is
Says
Eddie
Mac.
Kingston losing his last belt?
I think he is. Yeah,
Mm.
he's dropping it. It makes sense. They'll give that man a rest. Let him go to bed. You see those fucking weird. You ever see that angry wrestling vet guy, the
It's been a
TikTok
long
one
time.
though? Not angry wrestling vet on Twitter. He was interesting, or
Okay.
Facebook, but no, it's a TikToker that makes fun of like indie wrestling tropes. Uh,
Oh, is that Jack Vaughn,
yeah, possibly. Well, an
the
OVW guy
thigh slap
probably.
guy?
Yeah, him.
Yeah,
Did you see the chop video he made?
I came across that. I didn't watch it though.
Yeah, that was a little that
Targeted.
one yeah, because it's like okay, like I was like it made everybody look at them and laugh a little bit because it was like, okay, are you making fun of the guy who's actually on TV? Like, are you like hold on a second, because you've never been on
Sir,
TV, have
I'll
you?
have you know, I am on OVW television on a weekly basis.
It was like, hold on, wait, because you might have stepped over a line, a kind of self-aware line
Yeah.
you should have thought about. Yeah, Max and Mickey Rourke looking fucks.
Nice.
Someone said it looked like Chris Jericho and Dax.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, that was funny. It's just one of those things you don't think about when you're going for
I
content.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of his stuff. Like I don't know how I feel about it. I know a few of my friends find it very funny. But like I don't know. I At some point I'm just like, dude, do you like wrestling?
It's like, no, there's when I was wrestling, when I was trying to get into wrestling, when I was training, there were so many guys that hated wrestling. It made me
It,
sick. It made me sick. They
it
didn't want to
comes
be
off that way,
fans.
doesn't it?
They didn't want to be fan. You can't be a fan. You can't talk about the show. You can't like it. You can't fucking like. Do you even want me to pay attention to what the fuck is going on? No. Like what the fuck? I remember
Yeah.
one of my trainers was like, you shouldn't be posting about WWE. And I was like, what does that even mean? Like, what are you talking about? I think, remember that dude, Pinky Sanchez?
Yes.
He fucking made. I think he was making fun of like one of the refs for taking a picture with John Cena or something like, "Oh, I can't believe you would do something." Like, brother, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's John Cena. Like, shut the fuck up. You hate wrestling. Just say that. Anyway,
It's interesting now that some guys have publicly like stood up against that mindset.
I'm
Um,
glad.
I know X Pac was like, "Yo, if you see me, and you want to take a photo, come ask." Like I'm with it. There has obviously been a very real attitude. Like if you're in the industry, then you act like you're in the industry, and you don't quote mark out for one of the boys.
You're a
Um,
pussy.
uh,
Right.
I remember also. I think I saw Mickey James made a point to say like she missed out on a lot of photos with a lot of people that aren't here anymore because she was trying to not, ruin her reputation around people because like, oh, they'll say stuff about you.
That's what did it. I remember when Brody died. That's what a lot of people were saying. Like, damn, man, just take the pictures, man. Just take the fucking pictures.
When who
Like
died?
Brody Lee.
Oh, Brody. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
there were a lot of those posts like, just take the fucking pictures. Damn it.
Yeah.
Uh, Cordell Mitchell says, "Have you guys seen the participants for the best of the Super Juniors next month? Who's your overall favorite to win it?
Oh,
I don't
have they
think he'll
announced?
win. Yeah, they did, but I'm intrigued by this Ninja Mac guy from Noah. He
A
is
lot of
great.
people are. That dude is ridiculous. He makes no goddamn sense.
He
There were
makes no sense. Like
there were laws of
he shouldn't.
physics.
Yeah, yeah. He shouldn't exist
Damn
that
it.
way. He shouldn't exist that way. And I think that someday some fucking time lord is gonna bust in through a portal and be like, you
You back
come
where you belong.
come here because you shouldn't be doing 16 flips within that time period. I know you're fucking with time. Like, so the lineup is Sho, Hiromu Takahashi, Taguchi, El Desperado, Kevin Knight, but Yo's gonna be out. They just announced that.
Yeah.
Bushi, Titan from CMLL, TJP, Francisco Akira, Doki, Robbie Eagles, Taiji Ishimori, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Clark Connors, Drill Maloney, Kosei Fujita, Blake Christian, Ninja Mac, and Hayata from Noah. Both from Noah.
Okay.
Interesting lineup. That'd be crazy to see fucking Ninja Mac win. But no, I expect it'll be someone more. They've been giving TJP a little bit more attention lately, and I wonder if that's going to turn into an actual push. I don't think he's the guy to take over United Empire, but he kind of has been acting like it.
Yuck.
He certainly has been acting like it. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the direction they went in, honestly.
Sure.
Of course, they got good old Takahashi, 4-time winner. He just wins again. Why the fuck not? Like,
Why not?
don't bet against it. But beyond
Okay.
that, what do you
Yeah, what
think,
do I
Craig?
think about this? I don't know how to feel about a lot of this. I like a lot of these guys. Um, and there's a few of these guys I don't know. Um, yeah, I guess I just like somebody new to win it, and not Hiromu.
Agreed. Agreed.
Um,
Agreed.
maybe Robbie Eagles. He's a friend of one of my friends. So
Clyde Connors is gonna do it, baby. Anyway, I guess getting back to the old format, the WWE Draft has been announced, and NXT appears to be getting a superstar or two of their choice. Who draws the short stick, and they get sent back to developmental, and the name is selling a TV product. NXT is moving to the CW network. There's no
Yes.
coincidence that
When
they
does that
got
begin?
themselves this October, I want to say.
Okay.
I gotta double check NXT CW on Google, and it starts in October. Yes, it does.
All right.
The exclusive broadcast home of WWE NXT. I imagine it's no coincidence that NXT will finally get to draft someone down
Of
this
course.
year.
Yeah.
It's for the CW network, and if you want to sell a product, and it's like CW's already really happy with what they have, so it's not like you have to send anybody crazy.
No,
Christopher
you don't.
Gonzalez says Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. I think that's the kind of star you could expect to get drawn down there for sure. Although these two in particular, I think they might be fine on the main roster, especially with that Samantha Irvin, Chelsea Green. Yeah, like they love that shit.
Yeah.
I still suspect that's exactly why Kevin Dunn left. He was like, "This is it. This is too much. You've crossed the fucking line." Because remember, she got
Because of
asked.
Samantha
To,
Irvin?
remember, she got asked to stop
Did
by
she?
somebody. She did. They asked
Oh.
her not to do the Chelsea Green thing, and then everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
And then Hunter was like, "You just do what you want."
He was like, "You
I
son
like
of a
what you
bitch." I like the Chelsea Green thing. And he's like, I'm gone. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm done. This is it. I hate it here.
Since you brought it up, I'll say this: like, I am amused by like the comments apparently from like vets or whatever that like they think like Samantha Irvin's doing too much, and she's like she's being she looks very unprofessional, and I'm like, you know, all these video clips y'all see are from WWE, right, Holmes?
No, they're like, no, that's the fans. But you know what? Hey,
Like,
people
look at
hate
this.
women for some reason. I'm just gonna say it. It is what it is. It is what it is. They do. They see women and they're like, man, what is she doing wrong? I gotta figure it
Yeah.
out. There's something wrong because she can't be doing it right. She doesn't have a dick.
Oh my
That's
god.
even if they don't think like that on purpose, they do. They fucking do. I know.
Yeah.
I see you. Christopher Gonzalez says, "What about DIY? That would be fucked up because I really have them winning the tag team championships from Truth and Mids."
also, like, man, to get sent back down after all this, like, Jesus.
Damn, right? Nah, you know what I think? You know what I think it sent?
Who?
Fucking Alpha Academy. No, but they don't have Chad Gable anymore either, so it's like empty.
Mm.
Who's the middle guy they can send down there? Braun Strowman.
Okay.
Unless he's gonna be part of that Bo Dallas Uncle Howdy thing.
That's not.
He needs bodies. Chris says there's no way Awesome Truth loses the titles this quick. I am only praying for it. Thank you. I'm trying to get it off them immediately. They gave them those brand spanking new belts, and I was like, you gave those to Awesome fucking Truth. Disgusting. Christopher Gonzalez says, oh, what about Omos? Omos is a good one. Omos fucking needs it. I'm like, send like the NXT, let me get that shit up.
Mm.
But yeah, no, they'll get someone at that level just about the way you're thinking. It's kind of like
Yeah.
ECW drafting Vladimir Kozlov.
Ah.
You know. But that's that. I also wanted to talk about Jack Petty, the old 91210 Junior himself.
Petty, yeah.
Petty, yeah.
Petty, yeah.
I mentioned myself, and this is a bit of a hot topic nowadays. Fucking, I'd mentioned before that Jack Perry as a heel, you know, he needed a motivator. Like it was something he was starting to be smarmy at least towards the end of it, but then he got taken off the TV because of the CM Punk thing. They air the footage. Everybody feels how they feel about it. Jack Perry has the benefit of entering Chicago just 2 days later. Chicago, I don't know what I expected, but I thought it was gonna be like a like a full on, you know, like we hate this guy, like a John Cena 2005 one night stand thing. Like this is Chicago. Like, all right. 6,000 people. It wasn't like it was 20,000, but it's still a
No,
decent fucking crowd.
nice looking venue,
Very nice looking venue.
especially for New Japan American shows.
He came out, and he comes out in fucking riot gear, and he's got riot guards around him. He's got fucking Chicago flag on his shoulders. He throws this shit on the ground. I think he spits on it, but he turns around. He's got a Crimea River on his back. Half the fucking crowd is cheering. Half the crowd is booing. He handled this shit like a fucking champ. He went in that ring. He played with it the whole way. They even worked it into the story of the match. He loses to Shooter because he can't stop fucking playing to the crowd with goddamn CM Punk taunts. He finally tries to do a go to sleep, and he ends up setting his own demise.
Doesn't he get rolled up?
Yeah, he got DDT'd, and then he got rolled up.
Okay.
Shooter reversed the potential go to sleep into a DDT, and then Jack Perry ends up losing. But I was wondering if that is a one-time occurrence just because they were in Chicago.
I didn't catch that because I remember somebody saying, I remember a friend of mine saying like, how could Shooter beat Mox if he couldn't even beat Jack Perry? And I'm like, I think they're thinking about the New Japan Cup.
Oh yeah, no, he's got his he definitely got his win back. And they cheated. That was the whole thing. The House of Torture cheated.
Mm.
But no, he won here fair and square, pretty clean. Jack Perry even he gave him respect in the ring and he left. And I was like, oh, that's weird. It's like a full-on babyface. Oh, nice. Cordell Mitchell says, I was at Windy City Riot. Jack Perry definitely got a huge reaction, but Shooter beating Jack just as big of a reaction. That's kind of what I was wondering. Like, this is a great thing for Jack Perry. If this isn't just one place, if this isn't just lightning in a Chicago bottle, if he comes out at Dynasty or whatever, pushes FTR's ladder over or whatever the fuck, and this is the kind of reaction he's gonna get in front of fucking 10,000 people in St. Louis, Missouri now, on the other side of the fucking river or whatever.
Missouri.
Then I think we got something here. I think we're cooking with gas. What do you think about this, Greg? Is this just a Chicago thing? Are we going to see this in other places? If they can they bring this to television?
I don't know that they can. I don't know that they can support it. I'm absolutely certain there's going to be some Jack Perry support system when he get there because they've put him behind the whole CM Punk thing. I am fundamentally not a fan of the use of this, mostly because I find myself just going, oh wow, can't wait to see that Punk Perry match. That's not going to happen. Whatever. Yeah, I think there will be some groundswell of support for Jack Perry when he comes back. Maybe one that's not befitting of the heel character they're going to put him in, but
I don't know if it's support because it wasn't like support. It wasn't like the crowd was like, fuck yeah, we all love Jack Perry. It was like you had a visceral like angry reaction, but you had an almost equal visceral like supportive reaction. I think that's what made the whole environment. If it had just been like heavy boos because they're in Chicago, it's like,
yeah,
they're in Chicago. Like
there's an emotional resonance there.
Yeah, but it was that reaction, and they're in Chicago. Like, what the fuck? Like, was that a fly-in crowd or like what was going on? Like, what? That's kind of what made me double take. Like, maybe it's because it's a New Japan show. Like, what
maybe.
The fuck?
House of Torture apparently sells a lot of T-shirts.
But I mean, even before they aired the footage, this kind of seemed to be the direction they were headed in. Like, he called himself the fucking scapegoat months ago. Like that, he had mentioned it in multiple promos backstage. Like, people can't fucking stop talking about me or whatever. Like, and some great promos, by the way. He had an actual chip on his shoulder. He turned it into a character in Japan, and it got over. They're selling fucking t-shirts up the ass. He's now selling t-shirts out the ass from his own website. It's working.
Yeah.
I think you can use it to make something better. It's not to say I think he should be like, all right, I'm the guy that fucking got pushed by CM Punk for like the next fucking 6 months. But it's certainly a nice little rocket. It's certainly a nice chip on his shoulder, and it's something that he didn't have an emotional connection, whether negative or positive. It's something he was struggling to find, uh, for whether as a solo babyface or even at the beginning of his self as a heel.
Which is surprising because I figured I would have figured he had that built in baby face sort of momentum going for him.
I don't know what happened after he had the Christian thing. He won the Christian thing, and then they put him with Hook, and it was like weird. And then he turned heel, and
Hmm.
it was like, okay, let's see how this goes. And then I mean, I'd argue it probably didn't last enough too. Like it was only like 2 months into it, but
Yeah,
he certainly lucked into a motivator. If they don't harp on like, I don't think you have to harp on the CM Punk thing forever, but
you shouldn't.
I do think you can use it as like a springboard. And I'm interested in seeing it. I really am. I've been a Jack Perry supporter for a number of reasons. AW Dynasty is here. It's basically here on Sunday.
Dynasty.
Dynasty. They doing Dynasty. I'm trying to pull the card up. I should have had it up already. I did
You
not.
should have. You suck.
Did not. I always do. AEW Dynasty.
I got one.
There we go. Faster than
All
me.
right. Title for title, the Acclaimed will put their trios championships on the line against Bullet Club Gold and their Ring of Honor trios championships.
I think they're called 6 Man in Ring of Honor. I guess.
Okay.
Craig. I didn't make it up.
The winner of this will be both the Ring of Honor and AEW trios / 6-man champions. John, is this a unification match?
They said winner take all, but they didn't say unify. So I have to
So
imagine no.
no one's belts are going away.
But if somebody's belt was gonna go away, you would imagine it would be the trios because they just got new 6-man tag belts.
That's true.
Like, it is what it
Yeah,
is.
that is true. I didn't even forget that. I didn't even remember that. I absolutely forgot that. Um, in a grudge match for the FTW Championship just established tonight, I believe,
Yep.
Hook will be defending the FTW Championship against Lionheart, Chris Jericho. John,
This
Hook
stinks.
is the
But
latest victim of the Jericho Vortex.
and now they're on TV with it talking about the Jericho Vortex. This
Wait, are
stinks.
they?
They are. Hold on. Before I move on though, that first match. But who do you think is gonna win that?
I'm gonna say Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah, same. They should.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes, they
fucking
should.
Acclaim been holding that damn bell, damn trios bell hostage. Yeah. But this whole Jericho thing, this sucks. This promo they did, the not the promo, the segment they did tonight, it was Jericho, basically
Oh no.
begging. Yeah, my camera's dead, baby. It was
Mhm.
Jericho begging Hook to let him be his mentor. Like they were trying to play into the criticism online that Jericho gets about people losing their heat with him. And it's like
Okay.
it's supposed to be Hook being like, "No, I don't want to be part of this shit." Like you have the Jericho war. Basically, Jericho's like, you should be under the learning tree of Jericho. People who come into the Jericho vortex come out of the other side a better person. And Hook is like, no. And Taz is there. And Jericho keeps getting more and more aggressive. And Taz says, stop, like, cut the shit out. And Jericho shoves. And it was supposed to be like a you fucked up moment, like
Mhm.
but Hook kind of doesn't care. Like he looks like he doesn't give a fuck, and he like takes a few minutes before he finally does go up to Jericho, and then all he does is like tell him, "Get out of here." Like just like, oh, this stinks. The segment stinks. The story stinks. The match is probably gonna stink. Get this out of here. That's
I
where
don't
I'm
trust
at.
it at all. This is Hook's biggest program since what?
Joe.
When was his last pay-per-view program?
Is it Jack Perry?
That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
No, but he fought Samoa Joe for the world title. I feel like that's even bigger. And he had
Yeah,
a
but
whole
like it
thing.
lasted like what, 2 weeks?
And that's a good 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Uh, I can only stand on hope for this one. But jeez, Chris Jericho, right? Ah, damn.
Oh wow. Could you imagine?
Him winning the belt?
Yeah, that's horrible. I
That
guess
is
it would
horrible. That's
happen
a
though.
scary thought. But it's very real.
He is also the Lionheart. He has been ECW Jericho for a little while, so
Yes, he has.
that makes sense, unfortunately.
um, and in the most random of trios matches, Jonathan,
Yeah. This is
the
that
House
kind of
of
shit,
Black
man.
will be taking on Eddie Kingston, newly crowned Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Mark Briscoe, and the AEW TNT Champion Adam Copeland, or Cope for short.
I'm gonna have to see Adam Copeland and Malachi Black have a singles match on Dynamite and Malachi Black lose before so that I can believe that that's not why this trios match happened.
So you believe that this has some sort of root?
I don't want to believe that.
Okay.
You say don't say that. I'll say I don't want it to be true, but
Right.
I'm suspicious of why Malachi Black and Edge started a fucking feud that ended up on pay-per-view in a 6-man trios match.
Right.
Like that's fucking dumb. But maybe they're doing a singles match afterwards.
The next match, the third of 7 championship matches on this card, Jonathan. Julia Hart will defend her TBS championship against one Willow Nightingale.
I thought Willow was gonna take this. I wanted Willow to take this because Willow versus Mercedes is like the better match for Double or Nothing. But they're doing a thing now where I think she's gonna get turned on by Chris Statlander.
Willow is.
Yeah, because she got attacked. Well, somebody attacked Mercedes Moné in the dark.
Yes,
Mercedes was
in a video that the internet had a lot of fun with.
That was an interesting sound she made. And the Mercedes comes out this week and she says the obvious suspect immediately. So now you know it's not them. She goes, "Well, you attacked me when the lights were off, so it had to be you, Julia Hart." And I was like, you know what? That's actually really sound logic. But because she said it immediately, it's
not. It makes a lot of sense. I don't trust it.
Yeah, so it ain't gonna be her. So I thought immediately, like, oh, it's gonna be Chris. She had been struggling with it, and now this week, Willow Nightingale got attacked.
You know, the only time the most obvious suspect actually happened,
which is that
fucking Sean and Hunter.
Oh, that's right. That's that's kind of what made it so funny too. Like,
it was you, Hunter. Like, yes, we know it was. God damn
Don't worry, Sean. I'm gonna find out who did this. Shut the fuck up.
Oh man. Does that mean that Stokely Michael climbed that tree?
That'd actually be really funny though if it's Willow. I would hate for them to turn Willow. Like, that's so dumb. She's such a pure baby face. Like, why would you do that?
I like the whole smile, it's all right thing. And
that's so great.
She's got the charisma and the energy. Like, I don't know. I get behind it. Damn
I
it.
believe. I
Yeah,
believe in it.
I do too. Um, I was just like, Stokely Carmichael originally got in is basically just to sleep with Chris Statlander, didn't he?
No, it's friendship.
Sure it is.
It's friendship.
They they
Could
are
be
they are fri-
Stokely, Trent,
they are
and
friends
Chris.
the way Shayna Baszler and Dakota Kai are just roommates.
No. No, that's horrible. Well, that's why I would have done it, Stokes. So I understand. the
All right.
What's next?
Next is another women's championship match. Timeless Tony Storm will be defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Thunder Rosa. Da da
Thunder
da da da
Rosa.
da da da.
Remember when the thing about Thunder Rosa was that the girls thought she was stiff and sandbagging and shit?
Yeah.
Is she not? Did she not learn her lesson? Like, she,
I don't remember much of what I saw from tonight, but I saw that running and I was just like, God damn, Thunder, what are you doing?
Jesus Christ. She stood still for a millisecond, and that told me like she realized, like, oh fuck, like, oh shit.
I think I clocked that girl.
But then it was Luther.
Oh, she just barrels over Luther?
Barreled Luther and then got in the ring and knocks the shit out of Tony Storm. And I was like, oh, I hope they're okay.
Tony, I was like, oh, I think Tony just lost a tooth. God damn.
Tony's definitely retaining though.
I think so, yeah. It's kind of funny to be too like the idea of like putting a belt on Thunder Rosa after all this. Like, oh, you ain't ready for that spot yet.
No, especially
It might not ever
after all
happen again. It might not happen ever again. In fact,
this. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you lose your smile, Greg.
oh Jesus.
Oh,
Do we need to queue up the Tell Me a Lie video?
Yes. Tell me a lie.
Say that you don't know. Oh my god, that's some classic WWE sad shit.
I miss WWE original production themes like that one.
And the SummerSlam video from the match we were talking about.
I will fight till there's nothing left. That was my
till
shit.
my legs are gone.
You won't forget me.
Time you think I'm done.
I come back stronger.
You know what's
love that
funny now
damn
that I'm
song.
hearing it in my head? That song is the most Dale Oliver shit I've ever heard.
It really is like Bud Light music. I will fight you.
And I will put you in the ground. They also made a song for No Mercy, didn't they?
Is it the end? Is it the end?
No, that was for Armageddon.
That's my shit. Is it the same band though? I think it
might
is.
be. Because like
It's
you can
just
hear
Jim
it for the
Johnston.
they play it for the Undertaker and Brock Lesnar Hell in a Cell match.
I have to go back and check that.
Yes, you do.
What did we have next on that card?
Next, we have something of a heartwarming battle here, John. Roderick Strong defends his AEW International Championship against the returning old friend Kyle O'Reilly.
Oh
with his
man,
shaggy hair.
they did him dirty.
Did they?
They just attacked. They just beat him up on Collision.
Okay.
I guess because they were gonna jump Rocky. He was like, "What the hell are y'all doing?" And they just beat his ass.
Damn.
It be that way.
It'd be that way. Yeah. How are we feeling about this match? I think it's clear that Roderick's retaining.
Yeah, I mean, he could. I would probably go with Kyle just because it's been stale. It's been stale and
it's already been stale. Damn.
Adam Cole has unfortunately been they've had his TV time reduced because it was fucking with his recovery, and it turns out he's actually not close to coming back at all. So
Good lord.
yeah, yeah. So that undisputed kingdom
This
thing
is
is
getting
cooked.
this is getting close to being um Gargano and Champa.
Yeah, it's fucked.
We're
This is
holding on
fucked.
too long, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah. You just gotta let this go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sucks, but what can you do? I'd put the belt on Kyle, and I would just kill this undisputed kingdom thing, and I'll move the fuck
Oh,
on.
you want to kill
Because
the whole kingdom thing?
what the fuck are you gonna do with it? Adam Cole's gone. MJF is not here. The Acclaimed and the Bullet Club never fought them. Like this shit is dead, dead,
Mm,
dead, dead, dead. For
that-
Roddy
yeah.
Wardlow being stuck in this shit.
This is what you
Like
were afraid of, wasn't it? With
I
Wardlow.
said, I fucking said it. I said it from the beginning, the very first day, and here we are. But it is what it is.
We fucking welcomed Wardlow. Like we opened up Wardlow to enter the ship that was already on fire.
Hey, Wardlow, come on in. Is that
Sir,
sinking?
there's flames. No, don't worry about it. It's
No,
okay.
no, it's good. We'll fix it.
We're taking in water, you guys. It's gonna be fine.
It's just water. It's good for the fire. Just for the fire. Anyway, what's next on that card?
Next, um, a match that I am looking forward to very much on the basis levels, even though I would admit it is not the most well cooked match on this card. The Continental Championship will be defended. Kazuchika Okada will be defending his championship against Pac. On paper, that should be something. Hell of a match.
That's actually gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I think
I
it
don't
is.
have any question that shit. That's gonna be
Yeah,
fucking sick.
listen, if you're looking for heat and story, it ain't here. But goddamn it, if it ain't two of the best guys in the industry.
Yeah, they kind of side they're sitting on the side of the Young Bucks and FTR. Uh, even though I guess Pax they his story hasn't really been a story. He's just kind of been like, I want the belt, and Okada's like kind of like laughing around him, like, get the fuck out of here! Like,
Yeah,
oh my god, the troll wants my belt.
I'm a
Like,
bastard. Like, what's he saying? It sounds
what's
angry.
he? Did you see them tonight? That's
No.
fucking funny, man. Pac, they do the 6-man. It's actually a great 6-man.
Okay.
It's them. It's the Elite versus Pac, Penta, and Daniel Garcia. And at one point, Pac fucking gets in the ring and he challenges Okada, like, get in here and fight me. And Okada screams at him, I'm not legal. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, he's great.
Wow.
He's absolutely great. He is a fucking troll. It
Yeah.
is awesome. I love him. I love this Okada. They did a thing. They did a thing before the match where where they went to play. They played like 30 seconds of an FTR hype promo, and
Okay.
the Young Bucks cut that shit off. Said, I'm sorry. The show is stacked, and we just didn't have time to air this tonight, so we're just gonna move on. I'm like, fuck. That's what I wanted to see. When they said there'd be EVPs and they were like, oh, the reporters are going to lead into the EVP character. That's what the fuck I wanted. That's exactly what the fuck I wanted to see. Shit, that's the weird opportunity you get to do some. Not, I don't want to say Deadpool. Deadpool's weird, but just this fourth wall breaking wrestling thing. Like,
Sure.
where it's not like, it plays off of the fact that they really are EVP. So I'm like, absolutely, I love that shit. But yeah, the Okada Pack thing has been sitting on the side of that, which kind of sucks.
Mm.
But at the same time, I'm really excited to see this damn match. We'll get to that.
Okay. You mentioned it already. The World Tag Team Championships going online. The Young Bucks will face off against FTR. Now a ladder match.
It is a random reason. There's no reason for it to be a ladder match. I also am like not gonna question it. I'm like not like gonna get force in the mouth. I'm just gonna accept the gift and walk away. Thank you very much, sir.
Mm.
It's gonna be interesting. I think obviously it's gonna be fucking what they're gonna do everything they can do. The FTR is surprise. They'll surprise you with the things they can do in a ladder match. I'm sure. And the Young Bucks have already shown what they can do in a ladder match. So I mean, they've pushed it too far to the point where they might not go that far again. But I'm still like I don't think Matt is ever gonna be taking a fucking Canadian destroyer off the top of a ladder through a table again in his life.
Mm.
But, you
Isn't that the one that broke homie's ankle?
no, though actually similar move, same guy. It was Penta who
Okay.
did it. Penta did it to Matt Jackson,
Okay.
and he also did it to Dante.
Mm.
So they won't be doing that again. I don't
Maybe no
imagine
more of that, Penta.
I don't imagine FTR will be doing a Canadian destroyer off a ladder, but
Right.
it will be fun. I do think that this is where I do think they're gonna bring Jack Perry in, and I do think that this is probably where it's gonna happen. It's either Jack Perry or it's gonna be like they get confronted by Motor City Machine Guns after like whoever wins. And I no legit, I like actual Motor City Machine Guns. I'm pretty sure they signed, and this would be the place to debut them.
They did
But
sign,
they did sign
but
with
no banner.
nothing yet. They just because they haven't debuted. It's just a report that they signed. I think
I
from
mean,
like
Carlos Cabrera didn't seem to debut, but he got...
no, but like he got an official like he's officially signed. Like Tony
That's what I
Khan
meant.
hasn't. Nobody's announced this. No. It's
Yeah.
just 2 days ago the report that they
Okay.
signed, or at least that they were signing or something. You know how that shit goes.
Sure.
But with the pay per view
Listen,
this Sunday, I
I'm
imagine
good
that's
with
when it
it.
happens.
The Motor City Machine Guns basically pioneered the tag team wrestling you see today.
They really did. It's about time they get that check.
Yeah. I
Young
think.
Bucks, by the way.
Oh, that's your prediction.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I'll say that too. They're the ones with the gimmick going, and also, Cash has some appointments to make.
Yes, he fucking does.
You know, just to hash some things out there.
It happens. It happens. Okay. Sometimes you point a gun at somebody on the highway.
Sometimes you do. The bout that I think me and John have already conceded will be the banger of the night.
Oh yeah.
One, Will Ospreay will take on the American Dragon, the best in the world. Does he have any other nicknames, John?
The American Dragon, the best in the world, the Yes Man.
The Yes Man. That was a movie. I don't know how to feel about that.
Daniel Bryan.
Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson.
Yes. I once had a joke where I had CM Punk constantly calling him Daniel Bryanson. This was back in those story creator days in the game.
Daniel Bryanson?
Yes.
That's horrifying.
This was back when Punk was doing that thing where he calls everybody by their full name.
Oh yeah. He's like, this is Phillip Brooks talking to
Mr. Jeffrey Hardy.
Get off of drugs, Jeff. That was the whole feud.
Yeah. He would just use people's like whole. If there was any sort of shorthand, he would use the whole name. Like Randall Orton.
Bryson. What is the full version of Brian? Bryanson. Braniella. Brykel. Man.
Listen, this match is just gonna be just. I guess we just need to just sit back and watch it happen.
I don't know that.
Please no Tiger Drivers.
Or not, at least not one that anybody kicks out of. I don't know
that's
that
a different issue we have with him in that move now.
I don't know that they. I don't know who's gonna win this match because I can see it going two ways. Like the educated fan in me says Brian's probably gonna lose. He's
Sure.
old lion on his way out, and he probably wants to put over this young lion here.
Sure.
But
I will say a
this,
thing. If they announce the time, it's going.
oh yeah, you think it's going? You think it's going?
I'm not saying it's going, but I'm saying if for whatever reason they start saying that this match is going to be 60 minutes, it's going.
Well, they're definitely gonna, because they always say that about like special singles matches, like,
Of course they do.
you know, this match has a 60-minute time limit, and
Oh, they want you to remember that.
I think if fucking Justin Roberts starts with his 25 minutes past, 35 remaining. I'm like,
Yeah.
Justin, what are you setting up for over there? Like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
That's one
You
of those
never.
weird things where it's just like, oh, we want you to think of the thing. I was like, then you should do it every time. So that you need to normalize it so that we don't get the obvious clue.
Is it correct? That's a lot of effort, and I'd like to see you do it. Wait, fuck.
You send me the checks and I will.
Yeah, no.
I want those Tony Khan checks. I could turn this place around.
The
No,
60-minute.
they're gonna revolt and I'll be out of there in a week.
The 60-minute draw would solve another interesting problem, because I was like, what the fuck are they gonna do with Osprey?
Neither winning or losing.
Well, no, because I was like, what the fuck are they gonna do with Osprey on the way to Double or Nothing? Because the kind of story, the story that they're telling with him now, he's got the feud with Brian, yeah, but he's also at odds with the Don Callis family, but he's already fought all of them on TV. So, like, if they turn on him for whatever reason on Sunday, like if after the match he respected Brian too much and they tried to jump him and he stopped them and they beat his ass, even though that's just what happened to Kyle O'Reilly. Like, I hope they don't feel like he just did that 2 weeks ago on Collision.
Which I'm gonna hear about it because my friend constantly tells me that TK double books.
Well, yeah, like you don't want to do that again. So,
like, apparently he has this thing where like TK books the same angle for two different people all the time.
They don't give a fuck. I think we've mentioned that before. They're just like, did you do that earlier tonight? I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
fuck it.
There's a lot of like weird production things that like come on guys, communicate.
And it's hard. It's hard, okay? It's hard.
I guess so. Like, is that what Will's doing? Like, he's on board with the Callis family for right now.
Well, they haven't fully argued yet, but tonight was the first real full-on, like, they beat up Claudio. They came out, they jumped Claudio. And then Osprey didn't get in. He was like, oh, what the fuck? And then Moxley comes out and jumps in before Osprey could do anything. So they all leave together, and then you can hear Osprey screaming at them like, I didn't ask for that. Like, I didn't want that. What are we doing here? So we're getting there.
You know what my favorite like group issues was?
What's that?
The one with Danny Moff and the Prophecy.
What was his deal? What was his thing?
The whole thing was
the girl.
You remember somebody took out Daphne.
That's right.
Dan Moff swore on his fucking uncle's grave or whatever that it wasn't them. Because they never told him they did it. So when it comes out that it was BJ Whitmer on behalf of the Prophecy and BJ becoming the new member, Moff is pissed because he's like, wait, what the fuck? I legit told this dude we didn't do that shit. This is fucked up, bro. Like, I swore my fucking uncle we didn't do that. Like, I look like an asshole now. Like,
my uncle is looking at me. That's
motherfucker. First off, like, I thought I was a part of this team. Why was I not? What the fuck is happening?
No, sir. You are part of the hit squad. Go back home. Go back home.
He's like, he starts fighting with Yeah, he's fighting with Danielson about it, and then I think he was with somebody else, or maybe he was looking at Alice in Danger. He was just like, "Did you know about this?"
Yes. Oh shit! Today's
And then
Superman's
you get,
birthday.
huh?
No, I was like, oh shit! Today's Superman's birthday.
Oh shit! Someone's watching Man of Steel. Um, no. And then you sort of get that. I know you remember this. You sort of get that odd couple we don't get along tag team of Danny Marv and BG Whitmer.
Yeah, yeah.
Good times.
Fuck.
Uh,
We gotta do that. We gotta watch that damn Ring of Honor. Do a damn show on that.
yeah, for sure. Uh, Last but not least, for the AEW Championship, as we cross the 2 hour mark by quite a bit, Samoa Joe defends his AEW Championship against Swerve Strickland. I feel like this is one of those. I'm happy it happened, and now we've got to make the move.
Yeah, this is it. There's no there's no extending this one. This is the one. I had a great time with Joe as champion.
I'm
Glad it
glad to see
happened.
Joe at the top of a major promotion.
That was important. It was needed. I needed that memory, but now it's time for him to do the other side of it. Yeah, like this is the end. It's okay. It was fun while it lasted. I'm happy for it. I'm ready to move on. Swerve is here. Swerve is time. It's time. It's his time. I'm more interested in seeing what he's going to do next. What are they doing on the other side of this? It's going to be a very interesting Dynamite after Dynasty because I have no idea what they could be doing headed into fucking Double or Nothing. No clue. None. Don't know what they're doing with Osprey. Don't know what they're doing with Danielson. I imagine they're going to continue BCC. Oh, I see. They're going to do BCC versus fucking Don Callis family in Anarchy in the Arena.
Okay.
There it is. There it is. I just did that
When
in
would
my
that
brain.
be?
Double or Nothing. May. You got it right there. That's you. That's your whole thing because you.
That's a
They said
lot for Mox.
they have Mox fighting Hobbs next week
Okay.
on Dynamite. That's the build to Double or Nothing right there.
Sure. And I guess I'm just like, okay, I thought the whole thing was that like Mox was going to be taking sort of something of a leave because he was going to do
I thought he was. I
the
thought he
New
was
Japan.
too. That motherfucker ain't going nowhere.
Eh,
Listen, he's going to New Japan on May 3rd and 4th, and then he'll go back for fucking Dominion or whatever, and Forbidden Door, and you know how that shit goes.
Yep. Okay. So that's our card. That is AEW Dynasty coming up this Saturday?
This Saturday, this Sunday.
Okay.
April 21st. This Saturday is the April 24/20 collision.
I'm sure.
Weed.
Oh God, is Rob Van Dam gonna be here?
Yep.
Of course he is.
Some people said they should do Matt Riddle, Rob Van Dam for the sake of it. I said there's no better time.
I guess not.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little while ago. Motor City Machine Guns. I think they'll show up. If not, Jack Perry. If not both.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that's the card. That's AEW Dynamite, and that's our episode of Dirt Sheet Radio. Mostly,
it is.
I guess a couple more things to talk about.
Okay.
Jesus says, "Why not Jeff versus RVD?"
Hold it down for a bit. I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Yeah, no, comicbookclick.com/Dirt Sheet Radio. Be sure to go check us out, man. That's where we live at. That's our life. comicbookclick.com/Dirt Sheet Radio. I've been writing my ass off. I want to thank the fucking thousands upon thousands of you that have visited this website in the 2.5 weeks that it has been opened. I have worked my ass off to make sure that it is worth your time. I hope that you appreciate my articles and my news, and I hope that you come back. Also, check out the Major Issue Show tonight, this morning, this afternoon, every single Thursday. This week, they are talking about shit. I can't tell you off the top of my head. I'm sorry. It's the Major Issue Show where they cover all types of superhero media, movies, comic books, all types of shit. It's on the Major Issue Show. Be sure to go check it out every single Thursday. Check out the Dolphin Pod shows everywhere podcasts are found. The Dirt Sheet Radio flagship show, which is this one, it lives in the center of these fucking in the center of the Delphin Pod shows. Delphin Pod shows specialize in pop culture and film. So you'll get your Delphin Pod podcasts about Star Wars, Marvel, and all DC and just all around cinema. All that
When
shit.
you said we had a few more things left, I didn't know you meant the
I meant the plugs. Max says John has been a dog on the website. Thank you. Oh, Jesus' thought on Adam Cole news. Yeah, I talked about that a little while ago. It's really fucked up. He's cursed. Cursed. This is, you think they haven't booked Britt because they want Jamie to return with her? I think Britt is also hurt. Like, but you're right. That's a good. There's her being hurt, and there's also that Adam Cole is home, and she is kind of his wife or whatever.
Yeah.
But Craig, what's on Major Issues today?
Oh shit! Right, I should be looking that up. I didn't even know if you hit the plug yet.
Oh, I did. I did. Don't worry about it. We just have to know what's on.
That's all good. Yeah, I'm looking it up now. The very next episode of Major Issues should be Daredevil Yellow, number 1 through 6.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
Daredevil Yellow. Check that out this afternoon on Major Issues.
I see how you're feeling.
Yeah, it's about that time. It's 2:30. My time anyway. As well, shop Dershi Radio Store on Shopify. My wife runs the store. She does pretty art. She's gonna list it on there. You can commission her and all that good shit. Check that shit out. Cold Case Project, Tony LaRocco's YouTube channel, where they have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of cold case content, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Go check them out for all your dead people mystery needs.
Oh my god.
You got monk.com, promo code DSR10 for all your aromatherapy. And I think that is everything except for us. Max says he's Curbside Hero on Instagram.
Yes,
you motherfucker. You don't get to plug. You weren't here. And us, the most important plug of all, Dirt Sheet Radio. We are live every single fucking day after every single major show. Monday Night Raw, Tuesday Night NXT, Wednesday Night Dynamite, Triple H cooking on the WWE. It is we'll be live immediately after AEW Dynasty.
Yes.
This Sunday. So be sure to check us out then. As for now, I love you all. Have a wonderful fucking day.